What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to give my final thoughts, my final impressions on Samurai Jack Battle Through Time before the game releases. So, we're still a little while away. August 21st is when this game comes out. You guys are seeing this, obviously, August 2nd. So, we still have a couple weeks left, but I am very, very excited about this game. So, this is kind of a series I do on Podcast Now and on this channel where I kind of just talk about, again, like what I feel about this game from everything we've seen so far about it, from everything we've heard so far about it, right before the game comes out. This game has honestly, it piqued my interest when it first was announced. Okay, actually, I believe I made the video, maybe even on this channel when the game was first announced, of just how amazing it looked. I mean, look, I'm not a massive Samurai Jack fan. Okay, I do remember watching it in my childhood. I remember my best friend, I would go over to his house and we would watch it together as well. And I remember he really loved it. I feel like he loved it more than me. But let me tell you, even as someone who's not like a diehard, watching the gameplay of this game, watching the trailers, all this kind of stuff, I mean, you look at a game that tries to mimic like what it's going for. I think this game does it phenomenally well. Now, ultimately, I mean, we're just kind of talking. I'm just kind of previewing it basically, right, without us actually being able to play it. But I mean, everything we've seen about this game, from the gameplay, again, to the trailers, to even when developers have been, I mean, I've seen developers be interviewed by IGN when they had that thing of, actually, I believe it was like a month or so ago, around E3 time, when they showed off the newest kind of like gameplay stuff of Samurai Jack, and they were talking about it, and these guys are passionate. These guys really love the fact that they're able to do this, and these guys want to have it be done the right way. And they're also the same people. They've had help from the people that have made the TV show or made Samurai Jack in general. So it's not done for like a cash grab, right? It's not done to make a quick buck. This game is kind of like a love letter to Samurai Jack and to the fans of it. So again, while I'm not the biggest Samurai Jack fan in the world, a game like this, I respect the heck out of it, because I think if you are super into it, this game is right up your alley. You know what I mean? I mean, this is a game I think a lot of people that like Samurai Jack probably would be hoping for a very, very long time, and now we're finally getting it. $40, a little pricey. Now, I've said that before in the past. I've talked about the price. You know, we've seen a lot of games, even over the past couple months, right? Some games are $30, some games are $40. We've seen remakes be $30, we've seen remakes be $40, and again, we've seen some smaller indie games kind of go back and forth. Think $40 is, I will tell you, I think it's fair. I would prefer it to be just a little bit cheaper, because I think at the end of the day, if it wasn't $40, you need to say, well, what would you price it as? I think 30 would be a fair thing. But again, is it the end of the world? No. Is the price alone going to stop somebody, I think, from getting it? No. Or is the price alone going to, be a major barrier? I think if you're going to get this game, this is probably, you know what I mean? I think if you're into a game like this, you're probably just going to get it. There's really not going to be much that's stopping you. End of August is getting quite a bit crowded, right? We've got Samurai Jack. We have Windbound the week after. We have Madden NFL 21. So we got a lot of games actually starting to come out towards the end of August. This really, in my opinion, kind of kicks it off, along with, again, a couple other games. But I'm pumped. I'm really pumped to see what people think about this game. We don't necessarily know anything about the length. That's another thing I think I'm a little bit interested in. I love the art. I love the design. I love the kind of like, I don't know, like, would you call it like bulgy, but literally how they kind of like all stick out, like they're a little like chubbier, right? That kind of art style. I love that. I think it's absolutely incredible. The gameplay looks like it's going to be really solid. The actual, like, the cartoon kind of animations, or when they're actually doing like the cutscenes, I mean, again, like the fact that they're basically mimicking the show, all awesome, all absolutely awesome. So again, I think if you're a fan of Samurai Jack, this is for you. The thing, I guess, with all of these kind of games is you have to try and get people that I think you're pretty assumed that diehard Samurai Jack fans are going to get your game. But again, with a game like this, you have to try and get people that, again, are kind of on the edge about it, or kind of on like the fence like me, or also people that maybe just don't even know it exists in general, and get them to play a game like this. Again, I think the gameplay kind of hook to it. I think the art style, and again, I know I keep hampering on the art style, but I think it's important. I think honestly, it kind of pops out at you, where it's like, hey, I don't know, just something about it to me is it is a game where you look at it and you say, you know what? I gotta check that game out just a little bit more. You know what I mean? There's some games that do that to me, like a game like Everwild by Rare for coming to Xbox Series X, right? Or Kena Bridge of Spirits, or even if you go back to like Journey, Rhyme, stuff like that. There's something with, now this game isn't that same art style, right? But there's something with those kind of art styles where when you see them, you say, you know what? I gotta look. I think even a game like Firewatch is a good example of that game too. Remember Firewatch came out, I think 2014, 2015, somewhere in that range. I mean, that's a game I think that you look at and you say, you know what? I want to see a little bit more of it. And honestly, Samurai Jack, I think, is the exact same thing. It's got the name, it's got the IP, right? It's got the actual like Samurai Jack name to it. So I think a lot of people are already going to be interested. But I think just the fact that it seems very catchy. Like when you look at gameplay, I don't really feel like there's going to be that many people that click off of it. You know what I mean? When you see it, you're kind of engrossed in it. It looks interesting. It stands out, right? It stands out. I think the biggest question for me will just be, is there enough content? Honestly, that is the biggest reason I'm concerned. I see why it's $40. It's a licensed thing. It's all the actual actors. Again, I mean, it looks, the cutscenes and stuff look like the show. I mean, there's been so much hard work being put into it. I get why it's $40. If the game is like a 2-hour thing, though, or a 3-hour, you know what I mean? If it's a very short amount of time, I'm not going to be very happy with. So I'll be honest. I mean, I do love the idea of this game. I've been very, very high on this game and praised this game. Literally, look back on the channel. Ever since this game has been announced, I've been very high on it. The only thing that concerns me is its price, and again, not necessarily even its price, but its price kind of connected to how long the game's going to be. If it's a very, very short game, could it still do what it needs to do? Could it still tell that Samurai Jack experience in a game in a way we really haven't gotten yet that would really satisfy a lot of diehard fans? Yes, I think that is probably going to happen no matter what. But again, mainstream, try and sell as many copies as you want. Who knows, maybe to get more Samurai Jack games, right? In order to do that, hopefully this game gives you a lot of stuff. I haven't seen anywhere how long this game is going to take. For a $40 price point, again, even though all the things I've said in this video, hopefully if it's 5, 6, 7 hours, then all of a sudden, if you tell me that, by the way, all of a sudden then it starts to pique my interest as well, and maybe I'll give it a try too. With that being said, I may be buying this game day one no matter what. I'll have to see over the next coming weeks, but I mean, this game is totally on my radar. Again, it's been on my radar ever since day one. I'm very much ready for this game. So guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. I do want to make more Samurai Jack videos. I've been doing this thing recently on both channels where I kind of predict the review scores for games. I want to do that for Samurai Jack. We'll talk about the review scores when the review scores actually come out. So all that kind of stuff. I do want to revisit this game. If I end up getting this game, I want to play it. I'll obviously bring videos to you guys that way as well, okay? So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As always, make sure you guys subscribe to this YouTube channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. And I do a brand new video on this channel every single day. And so I hope to see you guys for tomorrow's video.